Hello folks, how you doing? And welcome to our channel. So this is the royal predictions for 2026. Now so far how I've done this is I did Meghan and Harry first, then I did William and Catherine, and in this one I'm going to do Charles and Camilla, plus the overall energies for the whole royal family. Because the reason why I separated it up, because I thought it'd be too much for one big video. Um, so yeah, let's get it done. We'll start with Charles and Camilla, and then we'll go on to the main energies, okay? So the two decks that you will be seeing in this reading are the Field Tarot by Hannah Elizabeth Fofana and the Predictions Oracle by Trish James Oracles. So what deck are we going to go to? We're going to do Charles and Camilla first. Let's do the predictions. So this is Charles and Camilla as a joint unit, okay? Wow, as I'm doing this, it's 13th of December at 13:31. Wowzers. We also know that 3 and 1 is also the 31st of August. Interesting. But it's moved on now. But there you go. It was where it was, but it's obviously moved on. Um, interesting. So Charles and Camilla, King Charles, Queen Camilla, 2026, 2026. 2026. Okay. Earthquake shakeup. The greater good at the bottom. There's almost a feeling with that one, earthquake shakeup, that it's all been for nothing, that the world around them is crumbling. Everything they've invested in, everything that they thought was real. There's a lot next year coming up for the king in relation to his childhood. A lot of memories resurfacing. Um, there could even be stuff coming up about Mountbatten, what's his name? Louis Mountbatten, Mountbatten Windsor. God. Louis Mountbatten. Plus other stuff in relation to Charles, his upbringing and the impact that had on him. Rockets, SpaceX. We keep getting this card, don't we, for these roll reads? Anyway. The old and the new energies. As above, so below. Mainstream news. Oh, is that a little fella with a quilt on? God, Jesus. It's like a kilt, but it's not. It's very Gordonstown energy, isn't it? Little boy in private school uniform. Big news. Food shortage. We're getting that a lot, aren't we, with the Royals? God, I doubt they've got food shortages, do you? Sun, yes, positive. Rulership handover. Okay. Now that's interesting because that looks like two little princes and a joint crown and a crown between them. But it's also a little boy holding a little crown. So there's a rulership handover next year. Replace or exchange. Now let's do the tarot and then we'll read them. Don't feel much about Camilla in that. I just don't feel much about Camilla. The lovers has just fallen out. God, okay. Resilience, Nine of Wands. Vibrancy, Queen of Wands. Oops. The Hierophant. I'm just keeping shuffling, aren't I? It is what it is. Beginnings, new beginnings, the fool, the leap of faith. One more shuffle. And works, three of discs and decisions. So, do you know what? I'm going to be repeating myself a lot. And I think the truth is about predictions and about life is a lot of the time things don't really change. Life is like that. It's not a book where everything's fast paced and going forward. Life can go on in a phase for some time. So, for some time, the royal family have been looking at the future, ways forward, change the reign of King William and how the reign of King Charles will, what it will stand for and how it will end. And we've got much the same next year, but there is a definite point next year where there is a transference of power. There is a new beginning and a new cycle comes in. And it feels as though the first part of next year, 2026, will be, I'm seeing the cogs start turning for that. I know at the time of filming, the king has said that his itchy nose, no, he hasn't said about an itchy nose. The king has said that his treatment is being reduced. Could be two ways for that. It could be for a positive that he's getting better. Could also be that he's choosing to. Who knows? We do know they're not entirely honest, so we'll have to wait and see. But it doesn't mean to say. I mean, it could be a retirement. It could be if there's more scandal comes out. I mean, we're going to be 26 to 2030. We are in the revelation now. We're in the revelation, so there's no going back now. We are going to be seeing more revelation. We are going to see more things coming up. More people will be sharing their stories, whether we like it or not. Okay? So there is a definite handover of power next year. Camilla, I just feel it for this part of the reading. We will individually read on her. I just feel that that's what he wanted in a wife. He didn't want a wife that stands out. It's almost like we really can't see her in this reading because she seems next year to be merging more and more into the background as there's more focus on Queen Catherine and King William. There seems to be less attention on Camilla. Anyway, let's look at them as individuals. So we'll do Charles first. Yes, recording Charles. King Charles. 2026. There's a book that's coming out with deeply disturbing revelations. It feels like it starts off abroad and then gets leaked into the United Kingdom. It's a tell-all book, and that could be the beginning of the end for his reign. Okay. King Charles, 2026. Okay, big news. We've got this one coming out again. Explosive situation. So this could be the revelations that are coming in. There is no stopping the tide of what is to come. Security cameras, things that have possibly be seen on cameras. I know at the time of filming, strange things going on. His pictures come up in the Epstein files, but it hasn't. Alec, let me explain. Some of you will have seen it. There's a picture of Andrew, Prince Charles, and Bill Gates. And it's come out in the Epstein files, but somebody has clipped Charles off. It's now been flagged that this has happened. Why have they clipped the king off? Well, he wasn't the king then, he was Prince Charles. Yes. Very similar to what used to happen with the P. Diddy pictures and William and Harry. William was always clipped off. There are pictures online that you can see where it's clear both princes, Harry and William, are with P. Diddy at parties or a party. So that's at the time of filming is being spoken about. Why has that happened? And yet we're continuously seeing Andrew. So we're going to be seeing more things in relation to security and security cameras. The greater good, a disappointing outcome. That reminds me of a young Diana. No, it does. Yes, it does. A little bit. Not with the ringlets, but there's the young Diana. I mean the little girl Diana, not the 20-odd-year-old Diana or the teenage Diana, the young Diana? I don't think this is the ghost of Diana. I think it's possibly something to do with his medication or something to do with the end. Might not even be 2026, but he starts to hallucinate. And it's not adult Diana he sees, it's the little girl Diana he sees. And that breaks him because there is fragments of light in everyone, even though sometimes we don't want to believe it for whatever reason. We possibly won't get to hear about that because that'll be in his hallucinations. But yeah, yeah, interesting. New rules, policies, and laws. Here he is, Prince William. Uprising and rebellion. Fire, heat wave. Classified knowledge. Again, book energy, classified knowledge. Things that were not being shown. Let me just pull some tarot. Summer 2026. Okay, we've got the Union again, the Two of Cups. Couple more shuffles. King Charles, the Moon, the Lovers, Establishment, Ten of Discs. There's like two cards, but they're not. Interesting. Anyway, Destitution, Five of Discs. The Emperor. And Despair, Betrayal. So there is a mixed bag. There's very little peace for Charles in 2026. Everything's fast moving. Summer, so June until middle of August, is a very transitional time for him. He's very fragmented. There's possibly a reduction of duties coming around scandal coming out. There's more and more rebellion coming in relation to disclosures that are coming in relation to finances and land. There's going to be a big overhaul of staff, and this is like the Royal Family reading, which let's go with it. There's an overhaul of staff coming, and some of these staff that will be getting pushed out will find ways to leak stories. There's going to be significant damage at one of his properties. The statements that are going to be released, some form of statement that's going to be, or statements. He's going to come up against the establishment. There are certain people in the establishment are going to be coming up against him for finances. There's going to be a big leakage on his finances. And the betrayal is coming close to home. There's something he's focusing on in 2026 that it's big news. It's going to be big for him. He can't wait to get going with it or whatever. But it's cancelled, rearranged, ruined, sabotaged, doesn't happen, happens in the way he didn't want it to happen. I'm also being shown Joe Biden. Now, we all remember that Joe Biden started to act strange in public. I mean, some people say it was from the start of his presidency. We're going to be seeing similar things with the king. So, stumbling, not being his full self. For although they may be saying that he's maybe getting better, the impact of the disease is still there energetically, and it's taken it out of him, everything that's been going on. So we're now going to look at Camilla, Queen Camilla. Oops, the card that no, downgraded. Okay, she's downgraded. So we had changing of rule with Charles. We've got downgraded with her as well. So she's going down the ladder. She's going down the rung of the ladder. There is somebody close to Sarah who is still in Sarah's pocket who will start to leak stories. Could be in relation to Camilla, but it's definitely in relation to royal family members. Camilla, Queen Camilla 2026. Replace or exchange. They're definitely moving. There's definitely a power switch in 2026. There's got to be. Either through death or through needing to go for whatever reason. AI tech, volcano mountains, too much. Again, the heart. There's something either with, I mean, this is Camilla's raid, one or both of them. I mean, there are many heartless things that they've done. There's issues around their heart, physical heart, energetic heart, and a lack of love in what they have done. And that's playing a role in their health this year, spreading and mutating. There's something with Camilla's health next year, definitely. Something that's going to be spreading, mutating, something that's getting worse. There's also Shadow Ruler card here. The Shadow Ruler. So many people. And more apparently, a sinking ship. And then we're going on to the tarot. Camilla 2026. Manifestation, Princess of Discs, looking after her own needs, having to think about her future. Temperance at the bottom, something with her mind as well. Defeat, Five of Swords, struggling. Something coming around February and March for Camilla that has an impact on her health. There's various different things that very small together, but adding up are big things or result in a big thing. But February, March time is a real struggle for her. And there are concerns from her family. Okay. The chariot pulled in all directions. We've got the devil, the empress, and movement. We've got one more apparently. Okay then. Retreat, retirement possibly, stepping away, reduction in duties. We've got health issues, we've got emotional issues, we've got sinking ship energy. Um, there's a love affair from her past as well. It's not Andrew Parker Bowles, it's somebody else. A revelation around that. There's something that Andrew Lowney knows, and he's talking about another book. So there could be, I mean, that could be the book that's coming out, the tell-all book. He has said that he's got more material for another book. So that will have an impact, whatever that book is, whoever writes it. She's also going to be on the front pages in relation to what she's been doing behind the scenes, the Shadow Ruler, and things that she's done and said in order to gain popularity will be coming up. Charles and Camilla 2026. Separate homes, separate lives, separate agendas. There's a conflict with her and William, Camilla and William. There's a big breaking news next year that comes out of nowhere, and I mean, I just got then it's on the same level as the Kennedy assassination. Of oh, do you know what I mean? So I'm not saying either of them's going to get assassinated. I'm saying it's the same level of oh my God, Shock horror, life will never be the same again type energy. Okay, right. Now the bit you're all waiting for. The royal family predictions for 2026 UK royal family. So this is all of them. Yes, the energies that we will be seeing throughout the year, the main energies. Royal family, UK. Ooh, okay, okay. We've got how many we've got that slipped out? We've got public life burnouts. There's a lot of burnout, a lot of exhaustion. Like I've said in previous videos, you're never going to see again what you saw in the past. It's on its way out, it's burning itself out. Future time, time is running out. Thoughts and focus is on the future. I'd even say like there's more attention being given to George's reign. There's something here about Prince George. Um, I it's he's still a child, but I do have concerns over him because he just has this sad look in his eyes nearly every time we see him. Now that could just be a teenage lad thing, but there's something deep there that we're not being taught. I mean, obviously he's only a child, but I wonder if he's also burning out as a young boy, a young child. We'll have to see. Big city obligations. Right, have a couple more shuffles. UK Royal Family 2026. UK Royal Family 2026. Okay. Citing and disclosure. More disclosure in relation to things that have been happening behind closed doors. Uprooted, taken out. I mean, that's it. I've just got back that Kennedy thing. I've got uprooted and taken out. There's something big next year. Um, rulership handover. Definite rulership handover. Controlled puppet. Whoever. I was going to check my words, but they just spilled out like they normally do. Whoever takes over is the controlled puppet. There's a controlled puppet. Um, control somebody that's not in charge really, that is a controlled rulership handover to a controlled puppet. Food shortage. Now I know many of you have said in the comments what you're feeling in relation to this, and it keeps coming up in the raw reads. Um, I, let's see what comes after it. Sun positive, yes. I think I don't think I don't feel we'll ever see a full-time Queen Catherine. And I think as 2020, I keep it's quite 2025, as 2026 develops, I think she'll be another one that will be struggling. There are issues there. Whether people want to see her as this saint on a pedestal, she's a middle-aged woman. She can't call her young. She's not a young woman anymore, is she? We're not young. We're in our 40s. That he's going through many life changes and has had to face a lot of emotional upheaval. So needing to be out more in the natural, organic world. How many? Let's keep pulling. Three more. Heavy burdens, the heavy burden of the crown, of royal family. Even people watching it will be feeling this heavy burden. And change is coming, all dressed in black. Security cameras again. So disclosure, things caught on camera. We'll do three more. The greater good. Tension escalates. There's also energy, more war energy next year, apparently. I've not done the global predictions yet, but apparently there's going to be more war energy, and it is all for money. There's somebody here, could be the whole family, I don't think, oh, I don't know. Um, wants to be seen as for the greater good, but we're going to be seeing more and more that it's not really for the greater good. The cracks are starting to appear, the knowledge is coming out, the change is coming. Um, darkness, energies of darkness with the family coming to the surface. A big thing on money and more. Yeah, there's this thing with war with the world and the country next year. Um, UK royal family. UK royal family. Oops. UK royal family 2026. Oh, oh God. The devil. Okay, so we've got the devil. We've got destitution at the bottom of the reading. So the darkness, the dark energies, the difficulties, it's coming up and it's going to be a very overwhelming year. Um, there's going to be no running away from what needs to be seen and come to the surface. Um, destitution. It's interesting because I'm seeing obviously Andrew's going to feel destituted, Harry feels destituted, but they also feel destituted. But we've also got the energy of the people that feel destituted. There's a real bitterness and anger out there, a bitterness and anger within the family, and a bitterness and anger within the people. And when it comes together, it's an absolute crushing of energies. Manifestation for the new dawn that wants to come through. Defeat, Five of Swords, game over. The ending of the cycles. I've been talking about, this whole reincarnation cycle, past life cycle, karmic wheel that they've all been on within this family, that the bloodlines itself have been on, and it's coming to a head in 2026. But it's almost like the spell of royalty even breaks for them as well. The Empress, we keep getting the Empress and the Emperor a lot. I mean, the reading I did with Trish James, I know we didn't use this deck in that, but we were constantly getting Emperor and Empress. Um, that's the mother and father, but I mean, for this reading, it's the manifestation of something better for all. The Princess of Swords, curiosity. Let's just keep pulling. Clarity, Ace of Swords. Oh, excuse me. Six of Discs, generosity, fulfillment, disappointment. Do three more. Transition, Ace of Cups, and King of Discs, power. Interesting, isn't it? What comes after the power card? Energy, Ace of Wands. Perspective. One more. Leadership, King of Wands. So there's a fiery energy here. There's a new energy. There's a real breaking down. There's a real purge. There's a real darkness overload. There's a cracking of the foundations. There are skeletons and ghosts coming up from the surface, from the underbelly. The first part of the year feels very, very difficult. Some huge truths for the country, for the institution, a whole emotional overload. How much do we give them? How much are they worth? But then there is a spin put on it, and somehow it manages to pull itself back. And I wonder if all of this is coming out with Charles. It's either he passes, it's going to be that. It's either going to be his passes, or for the sake of the monarchy, he has to go. Um, and then we see a King William coming in, and I feel as though this is the new energy. Well, obviously, it's too early in the day to start reading on the reign of King William, to be quite honest, because the truth is, predictions are fun and I like doing them, but the way the world is changing now, energetically, it's very, very interesting. Um, timelines are collapsing very quickly. There is a timeline for them that we are not allowed to see. Because when it happens, it has to be a huge surprise, but it's not a wow surprise. It's a oh, okay. There's going to be a lot of gasps next year, and Because of the way that social media is as well, it's going to be harder to hide things for them all. Two royal family members stepped down in one way, shape, or form. There's two royal family members stepping down. Now you could say, well, that could be just Charles and Camilla, but let's take Camilla out of it because it feels like it's definitely Charles and it's somebody else that's stepping down next year. Um, I don't actually. It doesn't feel like because it feels like I don't know. Anyway, I know what I'm feeling. Um, but yes. Um, Final card for the reading from this deck. Tsunami, rising water, rising emotions, something coming that cannot be stopped. Movement, fast movement, stories that you can't keep up with, disclosure after disclosure after disclosure. And the political field will be similar as well. There's something with Keir Starmer and the royal family next year, falling out with Keir Starmer, pressure from Keir Starmer. Um, Keir Starmer. Let's have a look. Drop index down. Keir Starmer and the royal family. There's a frustration coming from Keir in relation to the royal family and a decision that they're not making. And it starts to have an impact on the party, politics, parliament. Um, it's an event where William has a strop. I don't know if it gets on camera, but it's. I think it does. I think it gets on camera. Um, this big thing that's coming in 2026 will be that move come and everything comes from that. Okay. So there is a huge event, profound event that changes things forevermore. And everything that comes from it comes from that. Okay. That's the catalyst. Um, yes. Let's pull a card, just one card from this thing with Keir Starmer because I'm intrigued. Keir Starmer, UK Royal Family 2026. Oh God. AI and tech at the bottom, and the card that jumped out was Underground in Hiding. Parting of the deck. Energy weapon in relation to war. Underground tunnels, underground hiding. Um, is this in relation to the country going into war with someone and there's a fallout between the monarchy or Keir? Is it the royal family that want a war? Is there investments in arms? I mean, that keeps coming up to me as well. Who is investing in these arms anyway? Thanks for watching. Bye.